Okay, next, let's talk about Superman versus Captain Atom. Superman is fighting one of DC Universe's most powerful heroes, and he's losing. So I'm going to do this without giving any spoilers. It's going to be hard because this is a really great issue. But if you haven't read it, you have to read Superman versus Captain Atom. This is the brawl between these two for this round of DCKO. As we know, we have a bracket with all the heroes who are still left, and these two got matched up. By the way, this cover was done by Jorge Corona, who I absolutely love. This cover looks absolutely crazy, and I think it's perfect to describe the fight between these two because it is absolutely brutal. On top of that, the writers do some really interesting stuff here that kind of plays on your nostalgia for these characters. And because of the fact that the Heart of Apocalypse is so powerful and it's basically able to warp reality, it can bring things into this fight between these two characters that we thought we would never see again for these two characters. Stuff from their past, gets brought to the forefront here. And I think it's cleverly written. It was written by Joshua Williamson, which I think he's a really great writer, a modern comic book writer. This has huge implications for Captain Atom. There are cosmic level events happening in this comic book. And again, this is another part of the clever writing. I think they really captured the essence of Superman, how he would be even if he had to fight a fellow hero to the end. And you know what I mean by the end. I just don't want to say it. To be unalived. And obviously Superman's already kind of mad at Captain Atom for what he did to Supergirl in DCKO 1. And like I said, I'm going to do this without spoilers, so really nothing you're seeing here is spoilers so far. All I can say is that this fight is absolutely epic, and if this is going to be the caliber of these DCKO 1v1 issues, I'm so excited to see what the other ones are going to be like, especially if they do this thing that they did in this issue where, like I said, because of the Heart of Apocalypse being able to warp reality, bringing in things from the character's past. If they do that with the other ones, it'll be absolutely great to see the directions that they go. The last thing I'll say is this: if you haven't read this issue, comment down below who you think is winning this fight. So this isn't a spoiler because I'm going to tell you what I thought before I read this issue. Before I read this issue, I made the prediction that Superman was going to win. Now, I'm not telling you whether or not he does win, but you'll have to read this to see what happens. And again, let me know who you think is winning this fight.